Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well as you can be, considering you willingly chose to click on this video. Tonight we're diving deep into the terrifying history of cursed objects, specifically haunted jewelry. These aren't just shiny trinkets, no, these are vessels of ill fate and harbingers of misfortune. Each piece in our collection tonight comes with a dark past, a story whispered through time of tragedy, despair, and often a gruesome end for the wearer. So dim the lights, grab your preferred comfort item, and try to relax. Tonight, we explore 3 tales of haunted jewelry. Let's begin. Our first cursed item takes us deep into the heart of India, to the mountains where the earth bleeds precious stones and ancient curses linger in the air. Legend tells of a ruby, a stone of exceptional size and a crimson so deep it seems to pulsate with a life of its own. They call it the blood ruby. The legend goes that this ruby wasn't mined, not in the traditional sense. It was said to have been pried from the forehead of a massive idol, a deity of war and vengeance worshipped by an ancient civilization. The moment the ruby, the eye of the idol, was removed, a darkness fell over the land. The thief, a man driven by greed, was said to have been driven mad by the ruby's power. He met a gruesome end. His body found mutilated, drained entirely of blood. The ruby vanished. Years passed, decades even, and the legend of the blood ruby faded into myth. Then it resurfaced. It appeared in the hands of a wealthy merchant, a man who flaunted his newfound wealth, seemingly unaware of the ruby's bloody history. His arrogance was short-lived. The merchant's family, his wife and 2 young daughters, were found murdered, their bodies drained of blood. The merchant himself disappeared, taking the blood ruby with him. Some say the ruby only brings death to those who seek to possess it, driven by greed and avarice. Others believe the ruby is forever seeking to return to its rightful place, to the eye of the idol from which it was stolen, and will stop at nothing to achieve that goal. Over the centuries, the blood ruby has surfaced several times, each appearance marked by tragedy and bloodshed. It's been linked to countless deaths, each more gruesome than the last. Kings and emperors, seduced by the ruby's beauty, have met untimely ends, their empires crumbling in their wake. One particularly chilling tale speaks of a young woman, a renowned dancer, who was gifted the ruby by an anonymous admirer. She wore it proudly, unaware of the darkness it held. Her first performance with the ruby was mesmerizing, her every move captivating the audience. But as the performance reached its climax, something changed. The dancer's movements became erratic, her eyes wide with terror, her screams echoing through the silent theater as blood began to seep from her pores, staining her white dress crimson. The ruby, it seemed, had claimed another victim. The authorities, of course, dismissed the incident as an accident, a tragic case of poisoning. But those who were there that night, those who witnessed the horror firsthand, knew the truth. The blood ruby, they whispered, is not to be trifled with. It is an object of immense power, yes, but also a curse upon those who dare to possess it. Today, the blood ruby is still out there, somewhere. Perhaps it lies hidden away in a vault, its dark history known only to a select few. Or perhaps it's waiting patiently for its next victim, its crimson depths promising power and wealth, but ultimately delivering only death and despair. Remember, some treasures are best left buried. The blood ruby is a stark reminder that some objects are not meant for mortal hands, that some curses are destined to repeat themselves, claiming victims across generations. Our next tale takes us to Victorian England, a time of elegance and refinement, but also a time shrouded in darkness, where death was a constant companion. It's here we find the story of the weeping necklace, a piece of jewelry as beautiful as it is tragic. Crafted from platinum and adorned with sapphires that shimmered like a moonlit sea, the necklace was said to be a masterpiece, a testament to the jeweler's skill. However, this beauty hid a dark secret, a curse that would bring nothing but sorrow and despair to its wearer. The necklace was commissioned by a wealthy baron as a gift for his beloved wife, a woman known for her beauty and kind heart. The baron, madly in love, spared no expense, demanding the finest materials and the most skilled artisans. But tragedy struck before the necklace could be completed. The Baron's wife, pregnant with their first child, succumbed to a sudden illness, leaving the Baron heartbroken and alone. Consumed by grief, the Baron refused to let go of his love. He insisted the necklace be finished, intending to bury it with his wife as a symbol of his eternal devotion. However, upon its completion, the necklace's true nature was revealed. As the Baron held the necklace, his tears falling onto the sapphires, something strange occurred. The stones, once a brilliant blue, darkened, turning a deep, almost black shade of indigo. And then they began to weep. Tiny droplets, red as blood, seeped from the sapphires, staining the Baron's hands. Horrified, the Baron tried to rid himself of the necklace, but it was no use. It clung to him, an unwelcome reminder of his loss. As the days turned into weeks, the Baron withdrew from society, consumed by grief and haunted by the weeping necklace. The tears of blood never ceased, a constant reminder of his beloved wife's untimely demise. Driven to the brink of madness, the Baron took his own life, the weeping necklace still clasped tightly in his hand. His death, however, did not break the curse. The necklace, now stained with the tears of the grieving Baron, continued to wreak havoc, passing from owner to owner, each one succumbing to despair and sorrow. It seemed the necklace fed off the wearer's sadness, amplifying their grief until it became unbearable. Many tried to destroy the necklace, to melt it down or break it apart, but to no avail. It was as if the necklace was indestructible, its curse too powerful to break. The weeping necklace, it seemed, was destined to forever carry the weight of sorrow, its beauty forever tainted by the tears of those it had cursed. Some say the necklace is still out there, locked away in a vault, its sapphires still weeping tears of blood, a chilling reminder of the Baron's undying love and the devastating power of grief. Chapter 3. The Phantom Ring. Our final tale takes us from the grand estates of Victorian England to the bustling streets of 1920s New Orleans, a city steeped in mystery and magic where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. It's here we encounter the legend of the Phantom Ring. This wasn't a piece of jewelry that brought misfortune in the traditional sense. It didn't cause accidents or drain its victims of life. No, the Phantom Ring's curse was far more insidious. It targeted the mind, slowly unraveling the sanity of its wearer. This ring, a simple silver band etched with an unknown symbol, was said to be found in a tomb deep beneath the city, clutched in the skeletal hand of a powerful voodoo priestess. The man who discovered the ring, a treasure hunter with little regard for the sanctity of the dead, took the ring as his prize, ignoring the warnings etched into the tomb walls. The moment he slipped the ring on his finger, things began to change. The treasure hunter, once a rational and level-headed man, became plagued by vivid hallucinations, seeing shadowy figures lurking in the corners of his vision and hearing whispers in languages he didn't understand. He became increasingly paranoid, convinced that he was being watched, hunted by something he couldn't see but could feel breathing down his neck. Driven to the edge of madness, the treasure hunter sought help from the one person he thought could understand, Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans. Laveau, a woman of immense power and wisdom, recognized the ring instantly. She explained that it was a conduit, a tool used by the priestess to anchor her spirit to the mortal realm even in death. The ring, Laveau warned, was never meant for the hands of the living. She told the treasure hunter that the priestess's spirit, enraged by the disturbance of her tomb, was now bound to the ring, slowly poisoning his mind in revenge. Laveau, despite her reservations, agreed to help. The ritual to sever the connection between the ring and the priestess's spirit was long and arduous, filled with chanting, drumming, and offerings to appease the angry spirit. In the end, Laveau was successful. The treasure hunter was freed from the ring's grasp, his sanity slowly returning. However, he was never the same. The experience left him scarred, haunted by the memory of the priestess's wrath and the chilling whispers that still echoed in his nightmares. The phantom ring, stripped of its immediate power, was entrusted to Laveau. What became of it remains a mystery. Some say Laveau destroyed it, melting the silver in a sacred fire and scattering the ashes in the Mississippi River. Others believe she hid the ring, knowing that its power, though subdued, could never truly be destroyed. The phantom ring serves as a chilling reminder that some doors are not meant to be opened, that some spirits are best left undisturbed. It's a tale whispered on the humid breeze in New Orleans, a warning to those who would seek to plunder the city's hidden depths. Beware the treasures you unearth, for they may come at a terrible price. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the darkness. Remember, these are just stories, legends passed down through generations, or are they? If you enjoyed tonight's descent into the terrifying world of cursed objects, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Until next time, sleep tight and keep a close eye on your jewelry box. You never know what might be lurking inside.